welcome back to another episode of Europa Universalis 4. When we last left off, we are currently fighting Granada, and also its ally Morocco, and not having too much fun with Morocco, because Morocco kind of has too much of an army to deal with. And also, it occurred to me that I'm losing money. Besides that, I think the other reason is that it occurred to me I have early corrects. Now, the thing about the heavy ships is that they are... Here, let's go over here. A Gailey has 8 hull and 12 cannons. A Karak has 20 hull and 40 cannons. The heavy ships, although extremely good at combat because they are equal to about 3 ships, also cost about as much. So if I were to disband them, I'm gaining much more money. However, what I'm going to do is actually ship my people away from there for now, because my people need to recover. And I would just feel safer if they were on the other side, quite honestly. Let's get them over to Cadiz and let them go. If we sit with the war long enough, Morocco will not have enough enthusiasm to continue with the war. Which means I will be able to merely white piece them out of the thing. And get them away. I go to Morocco right now and sue for peace. It is still negative 24 in the hole, but look at the amount because of the length of the war. It is quite sizable. Apparently, Venice trade embargoed Austria and vice versa. Speaking of which, I would like to try and improve relations with Austria. For the main reason that Austria would make for a nice ally. The only problem is that they probably won't be my ally forever, because Austria has a habit of being quite aggressive, especially once they start to get close to France. However, France has always proved to be more powerful. It's just that Austria usually has allies and makes it be a little bit of a stalemate. So I will stay with France first and foremost. However, that doesn't mean I will try to use Austria while I can. It is really a shame that I can't improve my relation with Poland enough to get them to royal marriage or ally, because it is basically a guarantee that since Lithuania is in a partner union with them, that once they take a few territories from the Teutonic Order and Mazovia and get a high enough technology, they will form the Commonwealth, which, if you combine all of this territory over here together, from all the way over here, take over the Livonian Order, take over the Teutonic Order, and back to Poland, it makes for a huge nation with a huge army. Not so much a huge navy, because out of all of that, they really only have a couple ports down here. I think they'll keep Moldavia alive because Moldavia is a vassal under Poland, but they'll only have the territories of the Livonian Order and the Teutonic Order as their ports. And the more ports you have, the more navy you can have, meaning if you have a whole lot of ports, you're going to have a whole lot of navy. They don't have a whole lot of ports, therefore they will not have a whole lot of navy. Ooh! I will, because my prestige is so low, I will lower that. I forgot to read that again. I incredibly apologize. Ooh, hello. Portuguese noble rebels. I will not help with that, because I kind of need to regenerate my army. And Pike Square. Military tactics, land morale, and an armory. Throughout the Middle Ages, cavalry's dominance was being challenged by disciplined pikemen. In battles such as Bannockburn or the Golden Spurs, cavalry was defeated by pikes. A combination of improved training and discipline, and the addition of swordsmen to provide close combat support has raised this formation to the peak of its efficiency. I will try to continue reading these things because I do actually like doing that. And I will do this. However, I am going to hold off on building. As you can see, the building button has now popped up to build armories everywhere. I'm going to hold off on this because I am also extremely close to getting the diplomatic technology, which will give me marketplaces and docks. Marketplaces will be more important because that's more trade power. More trade power means more trade power going into the trade nodes, and if I click on that, apparently I have increased the relation with them to the maximum. Actually, am I? I am not. I'm not actually collecting from Seville. I am pushing some more down to Seville from Genoa, but Genoa is such a mess of different territories that it is generally not worth it for me to actually try and push money down from Genoa to Seville. So I will send the person in Genoa to collect from the Seville trade, which should increase my money by quite a bit. I'm getting 8.18. How much will I gain once I'm collecting from Seville? I'm now gaining... I will see when the treasury updates to the next month. But how it works is that all of these arrows going towards different areas that is where the trade power is going downstream. Really, that's it? Thought I would have been getting more. To the administration. I will always take power over prestige. Also, now that I think of it, my army isn't really being used for a whole lot right now. I will put them at peace, which halves their maintenance but gives me more money to the treasury. And considering Morocco hasn't landed over here, that's fine. What I'm going to do, however, is move them further back in case that Morocco does. But that'll allow me to boost my manpower up into a point where I can just shove it all in to increase them instantaneously. And also, you guys patrol the Sevilla trade. Now, were you actually losing money? Apparently, somehow you're losing money because, oh, maintenance, I'm guessing. Just go do something. Look, you increase the money I get marginally, even if I still have to pay your maintenance. Whatever. Hello. Supporting the Florentine school. Yearly prestige +1 or lose 5 prestige. That will decrease the amount I'm losing. You know what? Fine. So I only lose 0.76 yearly. Granted, that will go up quite a lot when I go after Aragon, but anyway, back to the trading screen. Anything going towards it is going upstream from a previous trade route. You... I'm trying to find one that is only outbound. I don't think I can find one, because they all generally have trade coming in from somewhere, I think. I believe that's how it works, but there are certain ones, a few key ones, such as the Sevilla trade route, where there is no stuff going outbound. It's all only going inbound, and that is why it is important to hold power over this. I have 49%. Portugal has 43, Morocco has 6, and Granada has a very tiny sliver of 2. Well, I will gain their 2% when I take them over, but let's go back to this. How are you feeling, Morocco? Are you feeling ready to give up yet? Not even close. Well, poop. Since you're going to take so long, I may as well invest in this next turn. I do need some diplomatic power to negotiate a peace. But I will do that, and I should gain enough diplomatic power to negotiate a peace by the time Morocco feels the want to actually negotiate a flippin' peace. Except I need diplomatic power to build the things anyway, because I'm stupid. That is something that really bugs me, how you need the power to build these things to begin with. Oh well. Let's actually increase the speed up. My ports are blockaded. The Canarias are being blockaded. Oh no, 13 ships are blocking the Canarias. It is making them lose 75% of taxes, but as this war goes on, Morocco will be less and less likely to want to help. In which case, Morocco will be able to just toss it away in a white piece. I don't suppose I can buy you out of this. No, you want concessions other than gold. Just out of curiosity, what would you suggest? Release Navarra as a sovereign nation. How about you go screw yourself? I mean, if I could buy them out of the thing, I don't see why not, but they would want me to do something that I am not willing to do, because I have 0% war score against them. So it's just waiting for them to give up. Truce with who will expire? England and Portugal. Portugal in 3 years, in fact. What is the timer on this thing? It's only 12 minutes. Wow. Thought it would have been a little bit longer, like maybe 20, but apparently it's only been going for 12 minutes. Would you look at that? So, it is really just waiting for them to give up, isn't it? What I could do is, to decrease the chance of the Navarrians popping up, is increase the stability. Which I should probably do now, because Granada worships Sunni, and because of the lack of religious unity, it will actually take more power to increase these. So doing that now is helpful. No, I want all of you. It's nice because I technically have cores on them already, which means that I don't need to spend administrative power to make them my cores, like I believe I had to with Navarra. I can't quite remember if I did or not. But besides that, I don't entirely know what I need to do from here, because... Ooh, hello. Gains a claim on Alicante? Well, that's peachy. That's in Aragonese territory. Can I continue fabricating claims on you? I will continue to fabricate claims on you, because for every territory I have a claim on, that is less diplomatic power I have to spend when I do try and piece you out of the thing when I go to war with you. Which, granted, will not be for a while, but, you know, details. How is it going, Morocco? Granada really wants this war to end. It's a shame that this war is not going to end for them until Morocco gives up. You know what? No. I'll wait on spending money, because I want to put all of the money that I can into what I do want. Actually, you come back from increasing the relation with them. Just out of curiosity, ooh, I can give them a royal marriage, and I think possibly the only reason I can't ally them is because I'm technically in a war. The answer is not quite, actually. What do you mean you want royal marriage now? You were literally just ready to royal marriage when I was looking at you a moment ago. Whatever. If I were to triumphantly annex you, that does not take any diplomatic power. Well then, if that's the case, I am going to start... Oh, hello. Apparently that increased to 100%. Let's start building those. And then, because you're basically utterly broken at this point, so you will just accept the demand. Yay! And 15 arbitration and lose 4 war exhaustion. Do I want to ally Portugal? Who is Portugal allied with? Portugal is not actually allied with anybody. So I'm going to give it a solid not right now. That does reduce my relation with them, but at the same time, I'm a historical friend with them currently, so that doesn't matter because they still consider me as buddy-buddy. It's much closer now, but not... No, I don't want to form a coalition against Austria. Much closer now, but not quite, so let's continue increasing relations with them for now. Now, Granada doesn't have nearly as many things wrong with it as Aragon will, and I believe Navarra had. Although it does have Sunni as a religion. And currently, due to the lack of strength my missionaries have, it would take forever and a half to convert them. So I am not going to, because when you have a missionary on top of a territory actively converting it, that increases unrest by 6. And if I do that, that will start to annoy the territories, and they will start to attempt to rebel, and currently I'm trying to save up money and manpower, not spend it. I also would like to do is stop going there when I'm trying to build things, but I will build another one of these right here. And then I will build this up here. Hello. Unrest in Gibraltar? Why? Just randomly, oh by the way, loser, here's unrest, enjoy. I'm getting 16 gold a turn now, that's nice. Alright, Navarre nationalists are at 0.7%. And Granadan nationalists are at 10.2 because Gibraltar is annoying. That will start to go down, but it will not go down very quickly, so I may have to end up actually dealing with that. Build one here. Gonna hold off on building one in Navarra because it'll technically give me less. Is there anything else notable I really need to deal with right now? Not really, actually. It is just fighting Aragon eventually. Oh, hello! What the hell is happening over there? Venice is getting... What kind of war is France in? Venice, Corfu, and Naxos. What happened here? It's Venetian conquest of Lyca. Of an Austrian territory? Really? You're allied with Austria? So you are. That's all the more reason. Wait, is Austria in there? No. Attacker against Hungary. But Lyca isn't... Whatever. But Genoa's actually dead. Or are they? No, Genoa still has this territory. It kinda throws just a little bit of a stinker in my plans, because I kinda had a plan that once I took Sardinia from Aragon, I would fabricate a claim on Genoese Corsica, and when I fully annex Genoa, I'd get Genoa over here and gain a foothold over in this territory to take over Crimea, maybe attack the Golden Horde if they're still alive. But as you can see, Muscovy is starting to get fairly large. Interestingly enough, Novigrad's still fairly sizable as well. But that would help a lot, because if I want an alliance with the Commonwealth, we're going to need closer borders. This is the only way I'm going to be able to get them, because as you can see, it's negative 34 due to border distance. If it was further away, if it was closer, such as me having territories over there, I would be able to ally the Commonwealth when they get formed, and it would be very nice, because the Commonwealth would be a huge ally to have on mainland Europe. You will royal marriage me now, even if it's just barely. Yay! Aww. You still don't want to ally for some reason, which is rather annoying. By the way, who can my last rival be? My last rival can be England. Isn't England already technically my rival? Yes, they are. So I'm just going to counter-rival them. Enjoy. What? No, I don't want to do influence actions. No, I don't want to send an insult either. I want to offer alliance and see why. Because they are neutral towards me, it is not. I don't entirely know how to change the neutral. I don't know how to actually change that. Hello, accepted vassal? Urbino? Who the hell is Urbino? Who the hell is Urbino? Wait. Really? Really? That one lone territory? All the more for me when I have to fight Naples, in lieu of me attacking Aragon, I suppose. But sheesh. Kind of annoying. A 1, a 2, a 3. And I don't have the money. I used too much money to build all the armories. Now I don't have enough to continue using as much diplomatic power as I get. But in theory, I am gaining a little bit more money, because as I am building these, I'm getting more local trade power, and that more local trade power, I think, should be getting me more power into the Sevilla trade route, and as such, more money from it. Because all of those territories are belonging to the Sevilla trade node. However, so are those. Taking those and those couple territories would basically lock them out of the Sevilla trade node entirely. Of course, that requires me to go to war with Portugal, so. Oh, hello. I didn't know those were things. Let's go back here. Austria accepted peace with the Teutonic Order. Teutonic Order will concede defeat. Apparently the Teutonic Order was part of this war. Hey, you're actually friendly with me now. I don't know why that changed, but it changed, so let's get you as an ally. I will probably have to unally them at some point when they go to war with France, because they inevitably usually go to war with France, but for the time being, Austria is a pretty powerful land-based ally. not as powerful as France right now, I believe, because of the amount of vassals that France has. But as they slowly take more territories, such as taking Bavaria and Salzburg and whatever the hell this place is, Augsburg, and actually, no wait, that's Würzburg up there. And as they expand a little bit in here, they will start to gain a humongous difference in army. That is one of the biggest challenges that France usually has, from what I've seen, is when Austria is included in a war against them. And they're absolutely cutting Venice to ribbons. So much so it is negative 66 against them. Changed government to Archduchy. Okay then. They can do that because they're part of the Holy Roman Empire. Speaking of which... Wait, I'm a kingdom. Feudal monarchy. I can only change it to this, which would be nice, but currently I get national manpower national manpower modifier and income from vassals. I don't have vassals, so that don't matter. I will gain the administrative power. Always gain the power over the prestige. Prestige you can get back. Power you only technically have a limited amount per game. You can increase the amount you get, but you only still have a certain amount per game, so it's always worth it to try and push more things that are easier to come by than power. You 10.3, my word. How close am I to having that be worth it? Not quite. Still a couple years. A few years. Ooh, you have rebellion over there from Moroccan peasants, and I don't think you have the navy to go down there and fix that. Because you would need about 10 transport boats alone to go fix that. I think they're going to try. I think they might succeed. That's a shame. I was kind of hoping that would go to Morocco so I could take that when I eventually fight Morocco. But let's actually continue building, yeah? I can build 4 more. Of course it stops right as I get more stuff. I will build all of those, and then I will build all of the armories. I'm really trying to stay on top of these, because when I first played, I never paid any attention to the buildings, and I really paid the price for it. Also, even when I was playing with my friend, I kind of really fell behind on them, and it was just not good. You're really refilling your army quite a lot, which is mildly worrisome. Milan is the new papal controller. Oh well. Oh hey, national unrest -1 for the next 2 years, because I'm totally in the negative right now. Granted, Granada still is a little bit grumpy from Gibraltar for no particular reason. France, and I keep forgetting to read those things, god dang it. The nation of France, your faithful ally, is requesting that you come to their aid in the French reconquest of Anjou against Provence and Lorraine. This is a war they have started. Provence is allied with Hungary, who France just tried to help in a war against Venice, and Switzerland. France should be able to handle that by themselves, because I believe because Austria took territory from Hungary, they can't walk through Austria, and they'd have to walk through... they get to Switzerland, they'd have the Austria, so they'd be able to get there. But as Austria took Hungarian territory, I don't believe Austria would allow them military access, and besides that, they would have to go through a quagmire of different territories. They'd have to get like 5 different military access, and I highly doubt that'll happen. So France, apparently with Milan in this war, Yeah, they're allied with France, alright. But France should be able to handle that just fine by themselves. So I will just sit here and act like nothing's going on. Conquer Praneo. Where the hell is Praneo? I'm guessing that is... Yeah, that's an Aragonese territory. I'm going to not accept that because I will probably get more missions like that, and I want to see if there's like a manpower needs to recover mission that will give me additional army tradition. That rhymed. I'm a poet and I know what not. Anyway, that's not how it goes. But first, let's continue building. Unfortunately, the early game is kind of stalled when you don't have a whole lot of army or a whole lot of nation to constantly refuel said army, which is a shame. This has, however, actually been going on for 31 minutes, so I think I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a video here. So, when we come back, France is doing its own war by itself that I accepted, because if I didn't accept, not only would I lose prestige, which is currently precious to me for the most part, because I don't immediately have a way to refill it, because the only way to refill it is to really fight. And I was about to sneeze there, and then I lost my train of thought. And if I refused, not only would I lose the alliance, they would also be grumpy because of my refusal. Which is not something I want to do, that being piss off France. I am not going to have the ability to fight France in any way, shape, or form for quite a long time. But that's all for now. So when we come back, more building buildings, more regenerating manpower, and hopefully eventually using the might of France and Austria together to allow me to take over at least some of Aragon. But that's all for now, so until then, see you later.